Yep, buddy. All right. What's up? Let's see. It's Friday night though. People vibing. People chilling. They ain't trying to be live streaming, but we gonna see. I'm over here working, man, building a website for the wife. Man, I'm so proud of her. Her launch. I want to surprise her. I want this website to be fire. Like, I want it to be a banger. I want her to be like, damn, babe, you killed this. Type of vibes. How good can we do this? Can we do this nicely? You know what I mean? Like, what we talking about here? What's the vibes? What's the vibes like here? What's good with y'all, man? Good evening. Good evening. If you on this live, bro, you are a nerd like me. No, I'm just kidding. Not good, man. Don't go burning your money. What's up, girl?
Makeup.
Thank you, baby. Love you.
Thank you.
When the product available, want a cop, wife, and daughters. Thanks, man. We're gonna try to drop it tonight, man. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the website in a bit. What I've done so far. Appreciate the support, man. My wife, she'll geek out over that, man. What's good, JB? How you doing, bro? Thanks for locking in tonight. What y'all up to though, man? Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that either. Nah, that's not right either. Let me use CapCut. Good old CapCut. I gotta tell you, bro. We are in a hell of a world where, man, you can accomplish anything like a one-man army, bro. If you got work ethic, there ain't no reason why you can't be super successful in this world, bro. It's insane. Let me fix my camera. Damn, boy. Damn, brother. There you go, brother. There we go, brother. I haven't gotten the courage to do this yet, but at some point, man, I wanna get like a live chat going, or like a panel. You know what I mean? Something cool like that. Man, I don't like this. Let me see if I got another option here. I don't like this. Nah, we're gonna go ahead and shut that down. Let me show y'all what I got so far though. Check it out, guys. This is my wife's website, Just Be Curly. That's my sister. That's Dre's wife. They did like a photo shoot. She did like a custom newspaper. That's her logo. That's her product. It's gonna be $25. Man, you know how much we pay for these bottles? Y'all don't even want to know. So I did it to support something locally. Not just that, but I liked working with the formulator. I like the company. I gotta tell them though, like I'm used to spending way less on product, and this is a different. I mean, $25. I buy products and I sell them for $12. As far as hairstyling products, And barbers, they don't care as much as women. So the ingredients are much more expensive in this bottle. Nonetheless, man, they charged me an arm and damn leg. But if this grows, I know how to scale it. Just the packaging alone, I'm gonna save, $1. And that'll extend the profit margins, because right now I can't get into distribution. It's just way too expensive to make this product. So you guys can see so far what I've done here. I gotta add some more stuff here. The copy. That's my sister. That's my wife. That's Bria. That's Dre's wife. We got the how do they compare. Got it all girly and shit. These are real reviews from my wife's clients. And I'm going to keep expanding. We got to do blog posts and stuff, but it's coming together, man. Real stylish, real profilish. I'm driving to Buffalo right now to teach my first paid class. Let's go, David. Man, I'm so happy for you, bro. Well deserved, man. Hey, man, stay humble, serve, give people as much value as you possibly can. And imagine being able to do this all the time, bro. Like if you're passionate about it, just make sure you show it and give everything you got, bro. What's up, Evan? How you doing, bro? Man, I got to fix this. That's the thing. It can be killing me sometimes, man. You know how many times I set this shit every freaking live stream, bro? I'm sick of it, Ecamm. I reset that damn thing every single live stream. There you go. That's better. But man, why doesn't it just stay the way I want it to damn stay? Shit, man. All right, let's get back to cleaning all this up. Did I miss anything on the social? You know what, man? I've been wanting to just watch shit on here, so that's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I got a whole list of Instagram videos I want to watch. The hell? What the helly? That's the only thing, man. This shit plays right away, brother. And Instagram is trash on desktop. Why does it even exist? All right, I'm going to watch this nonetheless. This is crazy.
My car, homie. Give me my wallet. Get the wallet and we let it go, my boy. I swear to God, get the wallet right now. Get that motherfucking wallet.
Hey, get your little ass from over here. You don't even stay here.
I know he don't. Where's my fucking wallet, homie?
Give him over here.
And I know where your boy at apartment number 2 live.
He don't even stay here.
I'm coming for y'all asses. Watch. So my boy, you hard, right? You was hard earlier. Gangster as fuck, right? And whoever live in apartment number 2, I'm coming for your fucking ass, homie. Come on. You want me to handle it like you're a grown-up, homie, or you want me to take it to your mom? What do you want me to do?
I like that.
You could go on your own, my boy. I'm telling you.
I like that. I can handle you like a grown man, or we can go to your parents.
Let's go. I can't leave my car, my boy. Stay. I want old boy from apartment number 2. I don't want you. You give me my shit, you'll never hear from me again, because that's who's the one fucking with me.
You got. Here's the thing, though. You got to be careful. I'm assuming he got something on him. I know in Florida, you better have something on you, because these young boys, they could be 13, 14 years old, and it's on them. It's on them. Especially South Florida, man. What? Nah, shit. Jacksonville, probably the worst in Florida. Probably worse than Miami, to be honest.
Well, just come on, man. I'll just take you to that motherfucker, bro. Come on. You already been in my fucking car, nigga. Act like you scared, my boy. Right here. Get it. Well, motherfucker, get it. You got it out of my car. Get it out the goddamn trash can.
He threw his shit in
Get it out the trash can, my boy. Don't try to pull that shit out of me. I swear to God, I'm faster than you, bro.
Oh, he do got it on him. Yep, you heard that? Don't pull it out. I swear to God, I'm faster than you. You know? So he definitely, where is this? Because I thought in California you couldn't have concealed. What's the gun laws in California? I always just assume because it's a woke state, they don't got like rights to bear arms type shit. But let's look. What are California's? I just be learning, bro. At this point I feel like I could compete in The Price is Right. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go.
All right, that's not recording.
Just get the shit out and we be good. I don't even want to put this shit up. You think all I want is my shit, my boy Serio.
And said
I never had no problems with you, dog.
All right, so I like that he's giving the kid a chance, man. I ain't gonna lie though. I need your ID. I want to check your ID, fam. I need your ID. I want your name because I'm gonna look your ass up. And if I ain't gonna lie, he probably don't have parents like that. He probably got his parents probably don't. If he do got parents, they probably not really that involved, bro. They probably crashed out themselves. You know what I mean? Like the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. I learned that as a basketball coach. I learned that as a barber. I learned this shit, bro. I learned that as a kid growing up. Man, I used to party at houses when I was 16, 17, 15. I used to party at houses where we was drinking and the parents were at the house. And they were just letting us throw a party at the crib. Like, what? My mom would fuck everybody up in that house. Excuse my language. But you know, like, nah, I gotta know. Because if I'm really trying to, if I'm gonna do all this over, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't even do this shit for my wallet. I'm just gonna go on my app, boom, 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 freeze every card. Everything's online now. It sucks, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna risk getting shot. I got too much to lose. But if I care, if I truly care, if I'm just trying to, if I see it's a kid, I don't even need to find the damn wallet. I don't even need it. Can you find it? Can you get it for me? All right, man, look, I just want to help you, bro. You ain't got to do this dumb shit, man. You know I'm a millionaire, bro. You know I came from nothing, bro. I got a brother doing life in prison right now. Did you know that? I've lost family members to stupid shit like this, bro. The next stop for you is drugs, is dumb shit, bro. And then it's prison or you're dead. That's the next stop for you, stupid. So I would want to talk to the kid, you know, like that's one thing I'm going to tell y'all, man. The better off I get in life, man, I just want to do dope shit for my community, bro. One of my goals is start an AAU team for my son, bro. Like even if I'm a little bit late and he's just coaching, because I know he's so passionate about basketball. It's in our family tree at this point, bro. You know, I wish I was my grandfather's height. He was like 6'4", 6'5", bro. I wish I was his height. But anyways, like the barbering career, bro. If you're new to my channel, listen. The barbering career is probably the best career you could get right now, especially if you ain't got a degree, if you ain't got a high school diploma, if you know, like if you got some work ethic, bro, and you don't mind and you like art, fashion, shit like that, and you like talking to people, even if you don't like talking to people, bro, you just chill. People like being around chill, bro. You know, you can do well regardless. There's going to be a client for you. But man, it's a beautiful career, bro. And we got young bulls. Man, we had a barber, 19 years old, just bought his first house, man. Making 6 figures behind the chair, just bought his first house. We got barbers, bro, that they're the first in their whole family tree that owns their own home. It's a life-changing career, bro, and it's been slept on for so long. But if you take it serious, you could do great. You could do great. I'm talking stupid great. We haven't even talked about opening shops. Bro. This week we had a meeting, bro, and And bro, I'm talking to this young man. As a matter of fact, I wish I could get him on. I'm gonna get him on. Matter of fact, we gonna do this. There's a matter of fact. Let's do this shit, man. We gonna have a good time tonight. We gonna have a good time tonight, man. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring a barber on that's gonna inspire the shit out y'all boys. Y'all don't even know. Even a stylist. I could bring a stylist on too that'll inspire the shit out of y'all. Like stupid inspiring. Watch this. I'm just gonna ask for one of y'all. We gonna start my podcast right now. This gonna be a game changer. This video right here inspired me to start this shit because there's too many kids crashing out for stupid because they don't know better, bro. They don't have nobody to look up to. Look at this shit, man.
Where's all the shit inside? My IDs, everything. I need all of that, but boy.
I don't know where your ID was. I swear to God.
I need everything that's in there, my boy. I'm not playing with you.
Or here.
Now, where you live? I'm talking to your parents. You either talking to the police or your parents, my boy. I gave him a chance. This is your one chance. I gave him a chance. He going to jail now. There's one chance. If I talk to your parents, I ain't waiting, homie.
I like him. I like the OG.
Give a fuck about that. You shouldn't have broken my shit, dog.
I like the OG.
You know how
bro.
hard I have to work to get out the fucking hood?
Bro, you realize this is a core memory for this kid. You have to understand. You have to understand when you already know this is a core memory. Here we go. Like, do you remember the core memories in your life? Paradigm shifts. You know what I mean? Like locked in. That was a defining moment in your life. I know of defining moments in my kids' lives right now. In my kids' lives right now. A core memory. I know my YouTube channel, me, Jeezy, Beam, that whole era. There was this young kid, man, that shook it up too. It's so many YouTubers, man, that there was an era that's a core memory for people, bro. You know, I know my son's core memories for sure because I'm in his life. I know my daughter's core memories for sure. I'm in their lives. Man, this is a core memory for this kid. When you see this shit, do not, like, you got to help this kid, man.
You didn't give a fuck about me? Hey, pull that fucking filetto you got out your shit, homie.
Look.
Pull the fucking screwdriver you got in your fucking pocket, dog. Throw that shit in the fucking ground.
Like, snap it.
Bro, what?
He's like, bro, it's just a screwdriver. Nah, you was reaching like you was gonna stab bro with it. Your little scrawny ass, boy, I throw your ass across that damn wall.
Bro, what? Look at that. That's what you doing?
He look like my son.
Think about your life, homie. Think about that shit. Look, I swear to God, bro, if I was back in my mentality, I would have smoked your ass, dog.
Nah, you tripping, bro. If you had a mentality where you would smoke a kid that looks like he's 14, you tripping, bro. But back in my day, I definitely would have whooped your ass. Or I would have brought your ass to your parents for sure and whooped their ass if they were stupid.
I want you to look.
But that's not good either. Shout out to God, man. That's just dumb. It's just dumb. This kid just don't know better, bro. He's not whacked out, bro. He's not psychotic. I don't think, right? I mean, there's definitely those exceptions to the rule, but this kid just seems like he probably don't got the right role models, man. That's all that looked like. Oh shit, everybody's scared. All right, it's Friday. I bet you I get somebody from my Discord, though. I bet you I get somebody from my Discord that's not even in my snowball, in my Discord. And I bet you they'll have the most lit story. All right, let's move on. As soon as I said podcast, everybody left. No, I'm just kidding. Man. God is good. You know, I've been slacking on my daily devotional though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This video right here kind of like real fire. Like real fire. We gotta watch this one. This one's fire. Love this shit, man. Talk to him, brother. Talk to him, brother.
We've decided in America that innovation and money replaces or obviates or excuses depravity. Cutting off aid to HIV positive mothers, deciding what veterans should get benefits, cutting off SNAP payments, which have shown to have a positive net return when people run out of money for food at the end of the month. I mean, I think one of the wonderful things about being an American, and quite frankly, for me, what it means to be a man and what I try to teach my boys is the whole point of prosperity is such that you can protect people. And I think the two of you are more impressed with Mr. Musk than I am. I think if somebody is making Nazi salutes, if somebody is being sued concurrently by two.
Can we say he denies it even being a joke? He wasn't even roasting. He wasn't even trolling. He would never do that. That's what he said. So I give him that benefit. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, bro. But he's cooking.
Two women for sole custody of their child because that person has not spent any time with that child.
Oof.
When someone is so severely addicted to drugs, they can't get their shit together to.
But do we know that factually? He's so severely addicted to drugs. I can't do shit like that, bro. You know, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't have a lawsuit against him. I would sue the shit out of you, bro. Sue the fuck out of you. Like, you could cost me my job. The board could vote me out because of the shit that you're saying. That's defamation, absolutely. Now, if he don't sue him, it might be because if he sued him, he'd be cooked. Because then they going to really do their due diligence. Disposition, all kinds of shit, right? Interesting.
Show up to the White House without looking exceptionally high. I don't think that's the right role model.
And that's the same thing with Candace Owens. She's like, yo, Macron is not suing me. She ain't coming after me. Is it because of what it would unfold if she did?
For young men. So what I would ask to all of us is look at what money has done to us. That if someone can land a rocket on metal scissors or create a great AV, he's a genius. He's the wealthiest man in the world. But does that mean we should excuse depravity? Does that mean, unlike Bill Gates, he's not using his billions to help people? He's not planting trees, the shade of which he won't sit under? I think this is an individual who has literally come off the tracks, who is rabidly addicted to drugs, and is using his immense power to get people elected, and that too many of us excuse what is abhorrent behavior. I think his legacy is not going to be an EV or putting rockets into space. I think it's going to be unnecessary death, disease, and disability of the world's most vulnerable. That is not what it means to be an innovator. It's not what it means to be an American. It's not what it means to be a man.
Wow.
It's not what it means to be a man. And they just listened. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of cooked, but is it true? It could sound great. It sounds great. That's some shit like should be in a movie. But is it true? Is it real? What do y'all think, chat? Nah, hold on. Hold on. I got people. If I owe you a podcast interview, please comment below. You know who I think I could get on here? Alec. Let's get Alec on here. Alec is he should, and I need to catch up with my boy. I need to, because he won one of our competitions. Life. Why am I singing that? All right, let's look at how we did ads wise. Man, what the heck? What the helly? All right, so 245's healthy. What in the hell? Just got my report for my from my media buyer. JB said, I think it's real. Way too common. Okay. I'm gonna pay closer attention then. Maybe I just been grazing over shit. I shouldn't be doing that with. I should be paying attention to, right? That's possible. I'm human. I want to watch this shit right here because people were tweaking about this. Come on, man. Instagram
jobs in the
can
United
you get
States.
desktop healthy? Shit, man.
It's about recreating manufacturing jobs in the United States. He needs to do several things. He needs to build up connectivity, build up container ports, build up high-speed railway, build up inner river.
Why does he need container ports? Yeah, this is what people don't realize, okay? China cannot self-sustain. Nope. I'm telling you this right now. They cannot self-sustain, and this might be controversial. America can self-sustain. You want to know why they could self-sustain? Because America, their GDP and economy, okay, is bigger. Matter of fact, is bigger than China's. And you want to know the difference in population? Somebody was talking shit about population as if the fact that China has a bigger population is the reason why their annual incomes are low. That's why their annual incomes are low. Okay. Guys. We are the reason why so many countries even have an income as high as it is. We don't just America's economy does not just support. How many people live what's the population? Let me see. What's the population of America? This is and Americans fall for this shit, bro. I'm looking at this guy's comment section and I'm seeing Americans crashing out, acting like this guy. We need to live in China, dude. What are we doing here? Brother, you need to get educated. Bro, the only reason why I do well in life is because I just get educated, bro. In everything. In finance. You could say I'm wrong about a lot of shit in finance. I could be wrong on a lot of shit in marriage. I could be wrong about a lot of shit in religion, in my faith. No, hell no, I can't be wrong about my faith, man. That shit is in my spirit, bro. But there's a lot of things you could say I'm wrong in. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't perfect. But success leaves clues. I'm doing pretty good in every facet. God, thank God. Thank God. So I might be following the right person. As of right, I might be following the right principles. I might be thinking about, I might have good intentions. And you know what? I could look at an individual who's got a good family or a good head on their shoulders, who's trying to work, regardless of what their background is. Listen, we all sin. None of us are perfect. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you look. I was listening to this series yesterday about this woman who got deported. Bro, she moved here when she was 5 years old. She's 35. She's 35 when she gets deported. She's been here for 30 years. Since she was 5 years old. She's 35 and she's been here 30 years, and they deported her. And she had 5 kids, all born in America. And the reason why, and at first I'm like, nah, yo, you an illegal citizen and you broke the law. That's why you got deported. You see, you wasn't saying all that. You wasn't talking about how you got deported. You broke the law. And why? What did you do when you broke the law? Oh, you committed fraud to your employer. But context matters. This girl was here 30 out of 35 years living. She thought she was American type shit. She knew she wasn't, don't get me wrong, but she's been here her whole life. Being here on her green card. She came here legally, by the way, but being here on her green card, for 30 years, since she was 5, she said every time that she was supposed to renew her green card, she did, no problem. And then she got married, and when her green card expired, she didn't go renew it like she usually did right away because she's married. She lives in America. She's been here 30 years since she was 5 years old. She has 5 kids in America. She is American. You can't get more American than that. Okay, she committed a crime. How many Americans have committed a crime? And how many, so many. And don't act like you too cool for school. There's shit you've done that you should have been pulled over, should be in jail. You did crimes too, stupid. Stop acting like you perfect. You're not. We know you're not. Right? And so this woman, bro, she gets deported when she's 35 years old, 36. She's 41 now. And she's been going viral. Because she's been talking about how this stuff has been happening for years, not just under Trump, but for years. And it's going to get worse. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people who are like her, who are going to get deported, who didn't create and didn't commit any crimes. It gets really complex. I don't think it's so cut and dry, dry and cut, like a lot of people want it to be. And that sucks, right? I'm all over the place. Let's finish watching this stupid ass video. I'm just kidding. This is a good video.
Transportation, and he need to increase power generation like crazy. He need to at least double the power capacity in the United States. He need to train the American people. He need to instill this discipline and work ethics which will enable the great people in the United States to work in factories which need to be competitive, which need to have the marketability not only in the US market, but in the global market. Now, I'm afraid in the United States that...
So that's what I was going to say, right? So America's population, that's what we were going to go into. $334 million people, right? And then what is China's? Oh my God. 1.4 billion. Think about that, guys. Think about that. So America only has 334 people, and people are like, "Oh, we don't got no chance." They got 1.4 billion. No wonder they only make 8,000 a year on average. Well, the average is huge because the top of the chain and the bottom of the chain is there's so many people. And people were eating this shit up. What you don't realize is when it's that big, and this is the top, and this is the bottom, okay? Here's the bottom half, here's the middle half, here's the top half. It's still an average. And we can go with median. Let's go with median income. That's what the middle is. So then you have America, and we have a higher top. We have more billionaires, way more billionaires than China does, right? And our bottom, let's be real, is down here. Even with quality of life. Let's be real. That's our bottom. And so our middle is up here. Like, that's what that looks like, okay? But here's the thing. We do all of this, and we fund most of the world's economies. If it wasn't for America, there'd be countries today that exist that wouldn't exist tomorrow if America didn't do what it did. Can you guys think of a country that has disappeared because of America? That's a good question. Can we think of one? Because we know that's true with, other empires, right? I never heard this statistic, right? I lied. Now that we think about it, hell yeah, it's been a lot. Because of America, actually. Oh, we about to go in. Y'all ready for this? All right. So where I was going with this, I don't know how we even got here. That's how I roll. But the question is, look, we know there's a lot of societies that have disappeared because America didn't exist. Oh, that's what we were doing. The China comparison. You see, because we only have so much population versus them, but our quality of life is definitely better. I walked you guys through that. And not just that, but there's only 334 million people, but we don't just, and China does this too, right? They are a huge part of the world's economy. But while China is, what's China in the global GDP? Let's see. China GDP global. So China is 17% or 16.8%. 16.8%. I think the US is 24. Bro, come on, ChatGPT. I shouldn't even have to talk, and you should know what I'm talking about. Guys, America's is 25.2%. And we have only 300 something million citizens compared to their 1.4 billion. If America disappeared, it would be devastating to the world, number one. Number two, okay? China cannot self-sustain itself because its average person makes $8,000 a year. They can't afford to buy. You see, the reason why China has grown so quickly is because they manufacture a surplus above their economy, above their GDP. They manufacture a surplus. If they don't have what's equivalent to 14% of their own economy, their own GDP, who's going to meet that surplus? Who's going to be as good as the United States? And if they were as good or even a portion better, why haven't they already done business with China? China would have to subsidize. They would have to really sell this shit hard. And a country would have to deceive America, the world power, for that deal. They're probably not going to do that. I know this is nerdy as shit, but I be thinking like that, bro. I don't know.
They lack almost all of this. And you think tariff will really force manufacturing jobs back to the United States?
That was whack. All right, let's see what else we got here. Instagram be having some videos though. This my dog right here. Look, y'all might not like Destiny. Not a lot of people do, but I like Destiny. He's I don't want to be like him, but I like him. I think he is who he is. He is himself. He's smart as shit. Such a good speaker. Has some crazy ideas. Doesn't believe in God. Obviously, I disagree with him like crazy, but I do like him. So let's check out this clip.
Keep in mind, when you pay taxes, for me to work in the United States, okay, I'm sitting in front of a camera and
anytime this is the background music, you know it's about to. Let's run this back. Let's run it back.
kind of keep in mind, when you pay taxes, for me to work in the United States, okay, I'm sitting in front of a camera and I am speaking to a lot of people and I make a lot of money doing it. I can only do that because people are willing to be janitors at electric power plants with materials that are, brought into this country by guys working at harbors who are, willing to drive trucks across the country and do all this miserable labor for 1/10, 1/20th, 1/50th of what somebody like me gets paid. The only way that I can do what I do at the top of this income chain is because of all the other people down the stairs from me. So, and the difference is that if I break my leg, I can do a donation drive on my stream, go to the hospital, pay cash and be fine. If a truck driver's daughter gets sick and he has to stay home from work, he might be facing financial ruin. So if you're going to come to somebody like me and say, Destiny, you got to pay an extra $20,000 in tax, man, to keep this shit working, I don't even have to think about it. I'm like, yeah, sure, obviously. I'm in one of the best countries in the world that lets me be the best version of myself. And the only reason I can do that is because of all the other people that are working to keep it going. So when you pay taxes, that's the system that you're building towards. And I wish people would keep that in mind a little bit when it comes to thinking of taxation rather than just the government stealing my money because they hate me.
Listen,
between
that shit was hard as fuck, right? Excuse my language. He snapped, but he's wrong, bro. And that's why I like him, because his heart's in the right place. I don't think he do this shit for clout. I don't think he do it for money. I think he genuinely believes this stuff. Just like he does a lot of weird shit that I can't believe. I just like the I don't even want to say the word. God forgive me. I ain't doing it. No, I'm not doing it. But if y'all know who Destiny is, y'all know he's done some crazy stuff. But like you could tell he really meant what he was saying, whether you disagree with him or not. He's thought this through. He believes this, but just like he has context and he has a perspective that I could never relate to, but he's probably more we probably should lean towards his opinion on a specific topic over mine. I feel like I have those specific topics too. And what I mean by that is, bro, you're right, but the example you gave is wrong. The truck driver whose daughter gets sick should not be the reason. No offense. Okay? Not that I'm not empathetic, but hear me out. The truck driver is not the reason we should have social programs. The truck driver should be getting educated. We should be teaching the truck driver when he's in high school about taxes, about finances. We should be doing the right thing to them before it's too late. We have schools everywhere, impact everywhere, and we all have gone through the school system and have been let down. We felt let down. A lot of us, the majority of us, right? That truck driver should hear those stories when he's in high school, should be prepared for life better, so that he's not in a situation where his daughter, it's not like they don't make good money. You acting like truck drivers are poor peasants, bro. Truck drivers make a lot of money, a shit ton. And if they put in any type of work, they can literally get rich. So what we got to do is I don't want people to feel like they need to be dependent on another entity. You ain't got to depend on nobody but you and your family and your kin and your brotherhood and your sisterhood and your community. That, like, we can really tap in. Be there. You ain't got to depend on the government, man. That was, to me, when I hear stories about the social blanket, the social net, the social system becoming so big that people became dependent on it, I come from that. That's all I saw. So like, I understand what he's saying, but that's for people who get left behind for real reasons. They get sick, crazy hospital bills, not a broken leg, not a flat tire, like real catastrophic stuff, cancer, AIDS, stuff that has affected my family, like real catastrophic stuff. Not just that, but like there's people who were born sick and they never had a fair shot. There's mothers who are single mothers and are under the poverty line. They deserve that help. It is obvious who we should be helping. And then guess what? After that, the churches will do it. After that, the community should do it. We don't need to be taxed to death. I don't know about you guys, but like, if I paid $250,000 less in taxes a year, it probably wouldn't go to a Lamborghini, bro. You know what I mean? It would probably go to help my community, to do stuff for the people I love. Anyways, that was good, man. Either way, man, I really I rock with the guy. I get it. People said, you owe me. Oh shit. I forgot about I forgot that I posted this on school. Oh shit, people want to jump on. Do I do this on YouTube or do I do it here? Or do I do it on Instagram? I feel like on YouTube it won't do well, but the sound on YouTube is way better. All right, give me a 10-minute break. I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna think this through. But we're gonna get some people on my podcast tonight. We're gonna start this off. We might do 2 episodes tonight type can't hear me. So guys, listen. I sent out links to a whole bunch of people. If you were in school and you commented on that post that I made, check your inbox. I might have sent you a link. And I'm gonna keep sending links. So, but I'm gonna do it on school. So check. I'm gonna put it back on BRB real quick.
Hey, what's going on? You can hear me?
Oh, there we go. Y'all can hear me now. All right. So what I was saying is I wanted you guys to mute. Go ahead and mute. Can you guys unmute yourselves? Is there a button to unmute yourself? No. What about now? Can you mute yourself? Okay. So you can you mute yourself though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it works.
All right. Let me unmute everybody myself, and then y'all can unmute yourselves. Gordo, did you mute yourself? No? What the hell did I do? Do me a favor, bro. Call back in. All right. Everybody else can unmute and mute themselves.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, that works then. Just so we don't have background noise and stuff. Man, look. So I was going through like a rabbit hole and stuff. And before we continue, let me go ahead and share this link just so we can get more viewers on here. But I'm gonna post this on my YouTube on Tomb 45 and all that, and we'll probably clip it, to be honest with you. Hold on. All right. All right, cool. And we got somebody calling in. Cool. All righty. What's up, David?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? The way we're doing it though, bro, do you see your mute button?
Yeah.
Can you mute yourself? Like in the meantime, like unless if you're talking, then unmute yourself. But if you don't need to talk, just mute yourself because of the background noise.
Got you. Got it,
All right,
Chris.
cool. Man, guys. So look, I wanted to do this call, man, because I was watching a video, and have you guys been on X recently? Twitter? Damn, you guys look frozen on my screen. Hold on. No, we're good. Okay. Not really? Or yeah, I have. Kind of? Okay. Let me see. We have one more person joining, I guess. All right, there we go. All right. Is everybody on? There we go. All right. So, man, every time I jump on there, some craziness happens, and I just be seeing people doing crazy shit, man, for some money. And I just think about how many people could benefit from becoming barbers, because although you need an education, right? You got to go to barber school and stuff like that. You could be self-employed and you could do really well in life being a barber. And there's a lot of people who don't really want to go to college, for example, who are doing great in life, but they don't enjoy their job and they want to do something that they enjoy. I feel like there's a lot of people who don't understand how good you can do in barbering if you take it as a profession. And so, you know, I am blessed in that I get to be around people who are always, you know, leveling up, growing in an industry that's kind of frowned upon. But you guys are crushing it, like in life in general, right? When we look at just the numbers, you guys are crushing it and you're doing it all the right way. So I kind of want to get a little bit of y'all's stories, you know, where you started, where you are now. If y'all can do it in 1 minute each. So, and then we'll kind of start unpacking it. We'll start, you know, I'll start asking questions and we can just talk about it. Kind of have like a round table. Does that sound cool? All right, cool. Yeah, so let me see. Shit. This isn't like Zoom, so it's not as easy. Give me a second here. Let's start with Justin.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Everybody
Good.
can hear me?
Where you from, Justin?
Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Come on.
All right, so I'll tell you from the jump. I was a month away from starting the police academy. I did something stupid, got locked up. It ruined my chances of going to the police academy. Had my police uniform, everything, my last name on the shirt. I was good and ready to go. I got messed up with the law, and that set me back. I started working at Chipotle, and I thought that was the only route that I was able to go because I had a background in my career. Um, so I was like, that's the last thing I can do. My brother's a barber in New Jersey. He was like, yo, let's do it. I need you to get your barber license, do it the right way. I was like, all right. I went to barber school. I did it. Took 3 buses to get there every single day. Even though I was taking 3 buses, I was still getting late to school, but I never missed a day. And throughout that process, my father never respected me. I wanted to be a barber. He actually wanted me to get out of the house because he said that it wasn't a real profession. Needless to
Wait,
say,
hold on, hold on. You about to get kicked out because you chose barbering as a
absolutely.
profession? Wow.
Yeah, so he told me
Wow.
my father's a plumber by trade for 35 years.
Mhm.
And he just said that it wasn't a stepping stone in life
Let me
because
ask
I
you,
wasn't.
a lot of people they kind of see plumbers almost like barbers. But a lot of people don't realize a lot of plumbers have a union. They're unionized. And that's what makes it a real career. They get pensions, all that shit, right? Is that correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's correct. So, he was just on top of me like, "Oh, you're supposed to have a career. You're supposed to have a career. You should have went to the army. You should have did this. And barbering is not a career. That's not the life you should have chose." And then I just continue on that path, and I finished barber school. I finished a month early, got my license before I even graduated, and then I've been working for the same barber shop for 7 years. Throughout that process, throughout the process of me working at the barber shop during COVID, when we shut down for a month and a half, he told me, if you go back to work, I'm going to kick you out. I went back to work. I had 18 appointments that same day. By the time I got back home, all my shit was packed inside of my garage. He kicked me out. 10 days later, I bought my house. I put a down payment on my house. I'm sorry. I built it from the ground up. I got married a year later with my wife. Bought a dog, had 2 beautiful children. We had the biggest wedding that I've known in my entire family. Throughout with the grace of God, I'm a six-figure barber before I entered the program, and I'm
Let me
blessed,
ask you
man.
real quick. You were already at six figures before you enter the program. Why'd you join?
I joined because my friend Josh, he's not on the screen right now, but he's also a six-figure barber. And I just joined because I want to be part of a community and I want to continue growing. And then once I saw that you also posted like the seven-figure barber, that kind of just piqued my interest. It's not about the money anymore. It's about what I can give back to the community. It's about what I can teach the younger people, the people that are trying to learn about the barber game. It's all about the love and passion I have behind it. Every Saturday I go to work at 5 a.m. Nobody's doing that. I'm there every Saturday, 5 a.m. for
Man,
3 years later.
you know what, bro?
So
You just gave me a paradigm shift. You know why?
why?
There's a lot of barbers that don't believe in six figures. A lot. Like the majority, right? Like 90% of barbers don't even believe six figures is possible. We can say it's more, but we know there's hundreds of thousands of barbers that work at Sports Clips and Great Clips and all that, right? Y'all realize that, right? Like there's
Yeah,
100,000 barbers that work at these. They have 5,000 locations. Think about that. There are thousands of barbers who work at these places, and they do not believe six figures is possible, right? So, when we speak on these things, it's a paradigm shift because that's who I'm trying to serve. But I also don't realize that there's thousands of barbers who want to get beyond, who are already at six figures, and they want to get beyond that. And if I just marketed seven figure barbering, that would attract everybody. Whether you want to go to six figures or you want to go to seven or whatever, that would attract all the barbers because that's really what this is. Do you agree now that you're in the program?
absolutely. And I love the community that you guys you bring. Like my boy Gordo, he's right there in the bottom. That's
Mm.
my dog. I work with him. And
Oh
you
shit.
know
Heavy
we're-
hitters together
so
like that? It's a
yeah, that's my
wrap.
brother, bro.
It's a
And
wrap.
wait till you hear his story. His story is gonna actually like start flicking eyebrows. So
Dope. Cool, man.
I
Thank you for
appreciate you,
sharing.
Roboto.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no doubt. All right, cool. Next, we got Carson. What's up, bro? I know Carson about to get in his bag. What's up, bro?
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm on my baby in the background, but if you can hear her. But so I started barbering cutting hair at 17. My grandfather wanted a haircut one day. I did it on the porch with some janky clippers my grandma had, and that kind of like showed my love. Or
Where are you
started.
from, Carson?
Oh, sorry, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and David, just so you know, I got you next. I know you're out and about and stuff. I want to get you out. I want to get you, out and about. But y'all are both from Pittsburgh, so we got to go back to back here, right? All right, cool. So go ahead, Carson.
Yeah, so I picked up the clippers at 17, and then at 18, I was able to get into a shop on the weekends, and then that shop ended up shutting down, sadly. So then I decided to go to barber school since I was 18. I was about to graduate. I was working at Walmart over the summer, and then my parents didn't even tell me, but the barber school didn't even accept me. So I told everyone at my grad party I was going to barber school. Then afterward, they told me, "You're not accepted." So I was like, "Wow."
Okay, I don't mean to do this to you, bro, but like, why?
So my dad, he didn't believe in barbering, so he wouldn't sign loans. So I was going to pay cash,
Okay.
and I'm assuming now what I know, like business wise, that it wasn't your money, so they didn't want to.
But
Yeah,
you know now, you know exactly what happened now.
Back then, I was like, why wouldn't they tell me? I had
Yeah. That's funny.
Work, save up another whatever and go. But yeah, so I was bouncing, or no, right after that, I went to the shop and they were a commission shop, but the dude like screwed me over crazy. Wasn't giving me no hours, no license, nothing. So 6 months in, I quit there. And then what was that? Yeah, I think that was back in 21 or 22, right before I joined. I went to this other barbershop, which I'm still at now. I just switched locations. And he gave me a chance. I ended up getting my license through him. And my first year there, I made about 70K, 65, 70K. And that was like my first couple months in the program. And I felt like six figures was literally impossible because I felt like I was working as hard as I could. And then the following year, which was last year, I actually hit 165 for the year, which was insane.
165?
65 to 165. I literally like exploded. Like it was like life-changing money.
Yeah.
But now I think this coming May into 26, I'll be 3 years in the program. But now I think I'm on pace to hit 180.
Yeah, you over here buying real estate, all kinds of shit, man. Every time I see him at the show, I'm so proud of him, man. Killing
I actually
it.
bought my house. I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and 2 weeks later, I bought a house back last October.
Yeah, I
Closed on my
remember.
second Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Killing it, man. And you got a hell of a deal too, bro. Got a great play there. It's a wrap. Easy work. Thanks for sharing, Carson.
Sir.
All right, David, talk to me, bro.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? David been in his bag the last year. That's for sure.
I know, man. Walking in all this education stuff. So, long story short, I worked in a few barbershops early on in my career. Went and did a suite against Chris's advice.
Yeah.
And Chris laid into me pretty hard on a live the one time.
And you know it's love, though. Right. You know it's love.
Yeah, I know you were looking out for me, but the best thing I did was go and open up my own barbershop. But in that process, I got to meet you guys when I won my award in Orlando in 2022, and that's what propelled me into this education realm. Because you told me, you're like, I got this guy Josh. I think you'd be a great fit with him and his brand. And man, it's been the biggest blessing of my life, honestly. Like, it's changed my life, my wife's life, my daughter's life. But yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't think like being from like Pittsburgh is a small town considering like Tampa, New York, like stuff like that. But there's so many people that say you can't charge 45 for a haircut, 60 for a haircut and beard. And I mean, I'm proof of it, and I'm booked out. Like, I'm having surgery on Monday, and I had Sunday closed off, and people were begging me to open my book. So I opened it for Sunday because I'm teaching a class tomorrow in Buffalo, and my Sunday filled up within 45 minutes.
Yeah, man. You went through the journey, and you didn't start off at 40 and 60 or 60 and whatever. Like, you didn't start off that way, but
No,
you built a
I
real
started at
business
$20.
at $20. But you were making more money than most barbers did that entire journey. You know what I'm saying? So, killing it, man. Super proud of you, bro. Getting paid to educate now. Come on, man.
Bro, first paid class this weekend.
Amazing, bro. Congratulations, man. Thanks for sharing, bro.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right, next we have I think that's Jordan. Jordan, what's up, bro?
What's up, Chris? So my name's Jordan Sterling. I'm originally from Long Island, New York. I moved to Florida 4 years ago, I think last month. And, I started cutting hair probably around 2004, 2005. Someone mentioned before about their father talking about how, barbering wasn't a good thing to do or a good trade. And even though I made money and I was successful in barbering in spurts, I would always kind of quit and then go and try and do the new flashy thing, like do sales or something like that. So I tried to sell all types of stuff like coins or, whatever a friend was successful at. And I came to find out after moving to Florida, I had an online business, and that business failed. It shut off overnight. I was doing drop shipping, and I thought I retired from barbering for good. So I probably gave away my clientele over the past 20 years like 5 to 6 times.
Wow.
And this past time, I moved to a new state, new city, all that. So I had no choice but to go back to cutting hair, and I was kind of bummed about it. So I started working in like a mall barber shop, but a commission-based shop. And I hated every minute of it. So eventually I opened my own suite, against advice from many people because I wasn't ready. If I was in this program, I might not have done it, but I did it, and I did what I had to do. I opened early, I stayed late. I took walk-ins, which was rare in a suite. I drove Uber in the beginning, and then about a year and a half in, I found this program, your program, and I didn't even realize, but I hit exactly $100,300 like a month after I joined the program. Obviously, I can't say that was the program, right? But in the meantime, I was learning a lot, and I owned a barbershop in New York. I sold it to move here, and like I said, I thought I was retired, and that didn't work out, so I had to go back to cutting hair. So now that I'm in my suite, I'm implementing a lot of these tools, and right now I'm on track. I've had a few $10,000 months, especially around Christmas time.
Yeah.
11,000. I think my best month was 13,
Man.
and right now I'm sitting at about 9.5. I would say 9 flat.
And that's in
If I
Florida, right?
average it out.
That's not
If I
New
average it
York.
out, yeah,
That's
in Florida.
Oh yeah, so
So
that's really good.
yeah, so I took the prices that were at the high price point, high end barbershop here in Florida, Lakewood Ranch, and I just took them down like $2 just so that there would be an incentive. At least it looked cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I know were complaining like, oh man, that shop is crazy priced and this and that. So I was like, all right, well, my prices are a little bit cheaper, but not much. And everyone followed me, and I was back. I was like in and out even here. Like I left cutting hair because I had some good success with crypto, and then like a lot of people, uh, I got scammed. Right, I got into a scam and I lost a lot of money, and then back to cutting hair. So really, I built this over the past year and a half up to 100,000. I'm sorry, 2 years. And especially now though, with Google reviews and all that stuff, I'm not even running ads right now, and I'm getting at least 15 new clients a month.
Yeah.
Sometimes more, but I would say on average 15 clients a month just from Google.
Yeah. Nobody, and barbers don't pay attention to it. It's like,
Yeah. And then I look at
it's
like
crazy.
my suite. I look in my suite location, and everyone in there has got like 10 Google reviews. There's only like
Yeah,
one or two other guys. And, you know, that's a crazy tool right there. Just Google by itself, like
bro.
without even having it optimized, without even, I don't even honestly, like I just started replying to people. All that stuff adds up for sure. But I was growing without that stuff. So now that I'm doing it, I'm growing even faster.
It's crazy how there's industries that spend tens of thousands a month just in Google advertising, just in SEO on Google, Google Maps, local rankings, all that. In the barbering industry, you just have to like try a little bit and you can rank. It don't even cost nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It blows my mind. But congrats to you, man. Yo,
appreciate it.
I need you, but don't do any more investing in anything until you check out my stock investing course, please. You've done the crypto thing, all that. I made money from crypto too, but I
Hmm.
definitely didn't lose money. But I don't know if you know that. Do you know my story with Shiba?
No, let's hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to you. It's gonna blow your mind. So I make a lot of money. I'm doing great. Shit. When my guys tell me Dogecoin is a play, I didn't even look into it. I didn't even look into it. Show me how to do it. You do this app, you do this app. I'm in the barbershop. They're showing me how to do it. I put 10 grand in. That turned into 40 something $1,000. Great. Made a shit ton of money. Awesome. I take my profits. They tell me Shiba. Cool. I put 13 grand into Shiba. That shit turned into like 70 grand. Like that. And I sold it. Had I kept it another 3 weeks, it would have turned into $200 million.
Oh, God.
Two
You might be retired right now.
200 million is what it would have turned into.
200. Damn.
It was so early and Shiba went fucking bonkers. But because I got a little bit of a tick, that was just a tiny tick, bro. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I'm still
What
rich,
if,
bro.
right? What if?
What if, but I'm still rich. I still make millions a year. Because I didn't do it. Because I went 15 years strong doing the same shit. And I'm really rich. Like I'm rich beyond a pandemic, a recession, the stock market could collapse, America could lose the reserve, all that shit, and I'm still rich because I built it for 15 years straight. So I'm sharing this with you, bro, to show you, bro, like this program is bigger than just making 6 figures.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beyond
I
that.
hear what you guys were saying about 7 figures for sure. I
Yeah.
could see that. And so real quick, I saw you running ads when the program was like 80 or 90, right?
Yeah.
And I was about to get in, right? And I'm like, man, what am I really gonna learn? And don't get me wrong, I don't think that anymore, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes I have this idea like, no, I'm gonna create the course. No, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that. Like I've made a course before, but in another area, right?
Yeah.
With all those ventures that I went off on. But it's like, holy shit. You go through those first couple modules, you start to look at like, when you get to the fork and all that, and like that's where I'm at now. I feel like
Mhm.
I'm
I
at
can
a
feel
fork
that.
where it's like
Yeah.
I was gonna open a shop, right? And I still might, but I think right now what my plan is, I want to buy a house first, right? Because and this is just me, I have a habit of getting success and then making the wrong move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
have two options and then I make the wrong move. And I've dragged my family through that multiple times, many ups and downs. I've lost so many times, right? And like I don't have any losses left. It's only winning from here, and that's where I'm at. So in the next 9 months, I'm going to be ready, and that's my move. So I would say in the next 2 years, I'll revisit the whole opening a shop. But right now, I know people have their doubts about suites and everything, but at the moment, I just couldn't picture myself working for anybody else, and I know that's what it would have to be, right?
Yeah.
It would have to be a very specific individual, someone like yourself that, could teach me things and I can learn from. But I don't see that where I'm at. I don't see that in
Yeah.
Sarasota. I don't see that
And
in Lakewood
and
Ranch.
I hope that I've made this as clear as I could. There are exceptions to that rule, right? Like if you're an exception and you should feel perfectly fine with it, right? But then we get guys every week that jump on our calls and it's like it's their second location ever and they don't even know what their demographics is. They don't even know what the population of their, like, you get what I'm saying? Like they haven't even
Yeah.
tried. That's the majority of people. So we give that advice to the majority of
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But Jordan, I could tell just from our conversation right now, like you understand that you're an exception to that rule and you're doing what's best for you, man. And you're gonna do great. Just know if this is your last shot, man, it ain't gonna be crypto, bro. It's literally going to be the boring shit, bro. But
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah.
but you got the keys though. You could be efficient as fuck because you got wisdom, you have discipline, this is your last shot. So this is actually your fastest move. This can happen in a few years for you.
Mm-hmm. I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing a lot of the stories in these the Zoom calls and all that,
Yeah.
where these guys came from. Like some of the guys that are teaching these classes, they only been cutting 3 to 5 years. It's like, bro, if I had this, 17 years ago, where I would
Bro,
be, it's crazy, man.
I say the same
It
thing.
really is.
I say it to myself, bro. Like 15 years ago, I started cutting hair 15 years ago. That's when I went to barber school. If I had this 15 years ago, I would have done with my work ethic. People don't understand. I would sleep 4 hours a night. 4 hours. Like I was so hungry for this shit. Everybody that works in my company, they were my clients first, most of them, or friends. They witnessed the whole journey. They remember me working Monday through Sunday, sometimes 16 hours. Like I'm at the shop from 8 a.m. to midnight. And then after that, like I'm still working. Like it used to be crazy, but it's because I didn't have the information. I didn't have this. This was not on YouTube. This shit was not, it wasn't even a topic of discussion. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to know, man, I truly believe every single one of you guys are going to do amazing things. And I hope you guys pour into more people, man. You guys know how I feel. You're investing in yourselves and it should be a rising tide. Anyone near you guys should grow just because they're near you. You feel me? So with that being said, Gordo, let's talk, man. What's good, man?
What's going on, Chris? How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised, and just growing up in Miami was just like a lot of successful hustlers in my family, I would say, and that kind of like took me down the wrong path. Just trying to follow after their footsteps and
Mm-hmm.
trying to do those type of things, and then so now I'm like 24, 25 years old, and I realized like I have no purpose. You know what I'm saying? I keep going to jail. I keep getting in trouble, and I still haven't found what drives me. My passion. So
Jordan, let me ask you something, bro. How do you go to jail and ever risk going back?
man,
Because
all right. So
I never got to
it's
ask
like,
my family members this shit.
so I think it's like you make good money, and then you go to jail, and then you get out and you say, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get my act together. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be straight.
Let me
And then you
hold on
start
real
getting
quick, Jordan. Define good money, because I have family members doing real time in prison, and
Yeah.
when I hear what good money was to them, there's no way.
So before I went to jail like the second time, I had at the age of 23, I had a paid off Kia. I was making probably around like 12 to 16K every other day or every 3 days.
Mhm.
I had my own house. I was taking care of my 2 kids, but the way I take care of them was different. It was a different lifestyle where it's like I don't have a 9 to 5. So This weekend we're in Disney. This weekend we're in Georgia. This weekend we're in Louisiana. This weekend we're here. But at the end of the day, you still don't have a passion. You still don't have something that drives you. This is easy money. It's fast money, but it doesn't feel the same way barbering feels. You know, so I feel like barbering changed my life, and it changed me as a man. It changed me as a father, changed me as a husband, because now I know what it taught me what hard work feels like. It taught me passion. It taught me drive. It taught me you got to work for something. You know, I started off cutting my kids' hair, and I sucked. And I remember 4 months in the barbering school, I was gonna quit because the money wasn't where I wanted it to be. Because I'm going to school throughout the day, and my wife looks at me and she says, you know, I got the bills. I got you. You gonna go back to jail, or you gonna change your life? And from that day forward, I never looked back. I'm 6 months. Well, I'm 5 months, almost 6 months out of barbering school. I'm about to open up my first barbershop.
Man.
Yeah,
Come
man. So
on,
like,
man.
barbering really changed my life. It changed. I don't think that I would be where I am today without barbering. Because I mean, it just taught me just how to be a totally different person. I mean, from the way that I even approach problems. You know, when you're doing different things in life, you approach problems differently. Now I could talk things out. I could, you know, it's just different. Barbering changes your life. If you really apply yourself to it, it could change you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But I think Gordo, for somebody like yourself, it it could also be way better than what that other thing felt like. Way better.
For
Trust
sure.
me. I've had 6-figure days, single
Right.
days, doing something legitimate, talking to people, networking, being of value to people. The moment you get people that want to follow you, you can build a whole economy way bigger than anything could ever pay you. Trust me.
Right.
I can't stress this enough. There's amazing people in this world who didn't have the best hand dealt when they started, but they made lemonade out of lemons. But bro, I'm telling you, if you have that work ethic that it sounds like you have, and you really want to leave a legacy, bro, like it sounds like you want to, man, this shit, it's wide open. It's wide open. This economy is so big, and you can do it as a barbershop owner. Like, you guys have seen the numbers. If you've been in the program, you've seen the numbers. You can do really well as a shop owner, and it's legitimate. But maybe you want to sell some product, or maybe you want to buy a building, or you want to buy a business. You could do that shit. But what's amazing is it all starts with your clientele behind the chair. Starts with that, because if you're making 150,000, 200,000 a year just from cutting hair, that's where it starts. You understand how the system works, you can start playing Monopoly. That's all I did, bro. That's all I did. I learned the rules of the game, and I got so damn good at it that I was confident, and I was making moves. You guys got all the keys, all the tools, everything you need to do to duplicate the same success, if not better, bro. So I'm looking forward to continue to see you guys grow, man. So talk to me, man. Like, what do you guys see as a challenge right now in the industry for you? You like, what's the main thing? I want to start from the beginning. We're gonna end this in a little bit. If y'all can't stick, you know what I mean, just let me know, and you guys could leave or whatever. But if you can hang out for a little bit and answer some of these questions, I'd love that as well. So what's the biggest challenge in your life right now? First off, where are you at, and what's your biggest challenge? And we're gonna start from the beginning.
Wait, I
Go
was
ahead,
the first
Justin.
one, right?
That's you,
All
Justin.
right,
Yep.
cool. All right. So, where am I at right now? It's funny thing that you say that. So, I know I saw you at the Connecticut Expo, and then I know I spoke to Jordan, I spoke to Nate, and everybody. I was supposed to be in the process of moving to Tampa. But now God's bringing me elsewhere with my wife's promotion. So I'm in the process of moving to the Gainesville area,
Let's
in
go.
Florida.
Great.
So I'm excited. I'm
Gators,
the
right?
only scared. Yeah,
Listen,
Gators.
listen, listen.
So
If you ever want to give me a birthday gift, get me tickets to a Gators basketball game. All right. If you can get that connection, hey, I would love that.
hey, we could work some. We could work some out. I cut one of the offensive linemen for the Gators right
That's
now.
why I'm asking, because if you in Gainesville, I know you're gonna get some players. I know it.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because I followed. So when working in Port St. Lucie, there was this random kid that just booked with me on Booksy one time, and then from now he's literally ranked like top 13 in the
It's
country
crazy.
for like offensive linemen.
We
So
we've
I have
had
him on my right pocket.
we've had players go play for Florida before that go to our shops, and they'll give us tickets. So I was just joking and stuff, but like that's why I said it, because like we've had kids that grew up in our barbershops that get scholarships to schools, to Florida, to Florida State, to Miami, and we can get tickets. And not just that, but all of a sudden they make it to the NFL. We've had kids that used to come to our shop, go to college, and make it to the league. It's crazy. And we watch the whole journey. The parents still come to the shop while their kids are playing. It's crazy, bro. And you feel like you're part of it. There's a reason why I'm a Florida Gators fan. Because I know kids that went to the school that came to our shop. Like, I'm wearing their jerseys. And the same thing with the Bucks. I'm not before Tampa, I was in New York. My family's all from New York. We're born and raised from the Bronx. Okay. And I was always a New York guy. But the players all came to my shop. All the players would come to the shop and support our barbers. And I knew what they were about. And I knew, like, of course, hell no, I'm a Tampa Bay fan. I'm part of that shit, right? I'm sure that's how you feel, right?
Hell yeah. And it's dope. It's a good feeling, man. Like it is a little scary knowing that, like I said, I am a six-figure barber with the grace of God, and I've built that for 7 years, and starting all over is a slight scare, but I'm gonna leave it into God's hands, and I know I'm gonna just kill it when I go out there because I have you, and I have this
You're
community.
gonna do
I have
great.
this sick,
You're
and
gonna do great.
I'm super excited, bro. Like I know the sky is the limit, and I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna surpass that, and I got an amazing opportunity, and I'm gonna kill that shit, bro. I ain't worried about it. I'm ready.
Are you
I'm
gonna
just ready for the
document it?
next
Are
time.
you gonna post about it and stuff?
Absolutely. Right now,
Let's
I'm in the
go.
process of like I'm vlogging every day, every single day now. I'm having fun
How
with
do
it, bro.
people
Like
follow you?
I'm Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Everything's Jo the Barber or Jo the Greatest. And then
JAYO, right?
JAYO, and then the Barber, TheBarber. I have funny skits. I do funny shit. I just show the real life, genuine barber background. I show you what we go through. I show you what we argue about. I tell you, you see the real genuine shit.
I love
Like the
that shit,
video I
bro.
just posted, not like literally a few days ago. Like in my mind, I'm over here trying to scan like expensive air fryer at Walmart, but I'm thinking about scanning a banana. Like shit like that. Like I'm from Jersey, born and raised. Like so like I just try to I always just try to bring my sense of humor into barbering because that's how I know how I am. I'm different.
Yeah.
So and I
And
and I
people love
respect
that
your
shit
bar.
in your shop. They love that.
They love it, bro. They love it. All my
They love
customers,
it.
they write to me. They're like, I can't wait to the next video. So I
Yo,
just keep drawing them
can
in.
I say something real quick? I can't stop sharing this story. I used to go to the Orlando premiere. This might sound left field, but I used to go to the Orlando premiere, and there was always this Spanish cat from, I think he's from Texas. This Spanish cat, he's either from Texas or California. And he was the lead educator for Johnny B Hair Products. Y'all know Johnny B Hair Products? Huge company, right? They're a huge company. Huge. Okay. If you've gone to the Orlando premiere, you know Johnny B. So, anyways, the lead educator, he owned a barbershop in his small town. And it's not like a super small town. There's like thousands of people that live there, don't get me wrong. But it's not New York City, right? It's a smaller town. And this dude is the barber there for a decade. People love him, makes everybody laugh, looks after kids, back to school drives. You know how it is, bro. We got single moms that bring their kids here, and when they get bad grades, we hear about it. Do y'all not have those clients? Because I did. When they got bad grades, the barber heard about it. We're like their coach. We're their life coach, right? Yo, this barber became the mayor of his town because he's been there so long. Think about the men who sit in your chair, fellas, and they pour themselves to you and they say shit to you that they can't tell everybody else. And some of these guys are very successful. They're the fire department. They're the chief of the fire department. They're politicians. They're successful entrepreneurs. They're real estate gurus, whatever it may be. And they're like, bro, if you run, I'd vote for you. This dude was a barber. He became the mayor. Shit is crazy. Like, that's the impact we have as barbers. We might not have the title, but it's possible if we wanted it. We just don't care about that title, right?
Sure. Not for
It's
sure.
just crazy,
for sure.
huh? When you think about it, like I love sharing that story.
One thing, before I let the next person go, even though this is like right field, even though I know you had like, in a past life, you were in the journey of becoming a professional athlete, I think I still beat you in the 3-point contest, but I just wanted to say that.
Zero chance. Zero chance.
Just wanted.
Now, look, you might be able to beat me, with no one in front of you. But like, I'll hit 10 threes in a game. And that's different. Because you got to make plays. You got to get open. You got to, you know what I mean? And in order to become Conference Player of the Year, Regional Player of the Year in the Florida State All-Star Game, there's levels, right?
Hey, I hit 23 points at the YMCA, so that's something I got to brag about.
I might hit 80 in the YMCA game.
Nah, it's all love. I appreciate
I love it.
you,
You're right. You're right, though. There's definitely those rec players that shoot the shit out the ball. Shoot the hell out the ball. I definitely know it. I definitely get it. You might be that guy, bro. Carlson, what's up, bro?
What was the original question again?
Where are you at right now? And what do you see as like the biggest challenge in your career right now?
So where I'm at right now is I'm currently like getting a book a week or a week and a half booked out in advance. And I don't know if I want to like raise my prices just yet because I want to like step into that shop I was trying to tell you about when I lost my voice in Cleveland. That was horrible. That was like a nightmare. Literally got to meet you and speak.
Couldn't talk. That's crazy.
Like that whole weekend, I was pissed. I was just like, wow, what are the odds? But
yeah.
I just don't know whether to raise my prices just yet or because like right now I'm making like great money. I'm really happy with all the money I'm making, but like it's like an availability issue where like now my clients are like complaining and my booking percentage on like the sheets like at like 107, 10 like 8.
Yeah.
It's like
that's a problem. You know how you solve it, right?
It just
you raise the price.
Yeah.
That's how you solve the problem. And you make the announcement because you want 20% of your clients to leave. You want them to, so that you stop getting the text messages and the calls. But when you refresh your booking app, it's still full. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You did the work. You deserved it. Supply and demand. You can't serve everybody, bro. Apple cannot sell an iPhone to everyone. If that was their mission, to sell their iPhone to everyone, we wouldn't have an iPhone. We'd probably still have a flip phone. You get that, right?
Yeah.
So you serve your purpose, and it's okay to there's enough room in the world for other people to fill that gap. You don't have to fill every gap. You're not God.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have been like, my back has been hurt like crazy lately. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Coming in and leaving at 7, it's been kind of tough.
Carson, it's not like you're forcing it. You're not the barber who's not in demand raising their prices. if you want to still be there for those people that you have to kind of fire by raising your prices, the way you do it is by mentoring other barbers who want to reach your journey. And you do that over and over and over and over again, so that those people who can't afford the $60 cut still have a $30 barber who's amazing, who will take care of them because they're under your leadership, under your mentorship. So you're creating a business that serves everyone without realizing that, bro, you're also giving people an opportunity to grow endlessly and serve the customers who want that next level of service. That's how society works. And there's a life cycle for everybody. But the fact that anyone can work at my shop, I can give anyone an opportunity who's a good person, that's what I want to do, you know? But at the same time, we have barbers that charge $100 and we have barbers that serve somebody who can only afford 25. We have that too. That's why you have to open bigger shops. But guess what? Most people aren't willing to take that risk. And that's why I'm trying to give you guys the tools, the wisdom, the coaching, so that you guys will have the conviction to lead and create the platform that most people are afraid to do. We need more people that'll start businesses. And I push that so much, not realizing most people don't want that type of responsibility. But when I'm around guys like y'all, I'm like, bro, you guys, we need guys like y'all to take that responsibility at the same time.
Yeah, because I didn't know if I should like raise them after I get in the shop, because I got that one dude following me, and I literally have 2 other barbers that are in barber school. They're going to like come into my shop. So I was trying to build that. I just don't want to have like the drop.
You need to raise your prices. If you're already booked, raise your prices and give them to the 2 guys you're going to hire.
Okay. Yeah.
Make that, like, let's lock that in. You know what I'm saying? And if you lose 50% of your clients, great. Now you have 2 barbers who are going to eat, and you're going to be able to get your clientele because you've done it already. Right?
Yeah. How soon you say I should do that? Within this month, next month?
So you already have the shop?
No, I'm like in the process of still trying to get it. We're like, I'm still in that other guy's shop where I'm just playing booth rent.
Yeah.
But I other barber with me that you met with me.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not planning on opening a shop. You just want to help grow the shop that you're at.
Well, I want to like grow the guy with me, like get him to 6 figures.
Yeah, that's with you. Yeah. So I mean, if you're already where you're at, bro, I would start now. I would start now. Now put together a plan. Start now. Yeah. Start putting together a plan. If you need some feedback, definitely go to the Discord. Come to me if you can, and get our feedback, and we'll help you. Make sure that you plan this out the right way. Okay.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Good stuff, man. Jordan, what's up, man? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. My phone was about to die, so I had to come in the bathroom to charge it. Don't worry. I'm not handling business again. Carson, you're in the school community, right? If you are, message me with your back pain. I got something that'll solve that. It's not drugs. I'll tell you more about it in there. But this is actually something, it's funny that you said that, because this is something I'm implementing into my business right now. But to stick with the topic, what was the question?
Where are you right now? What's the biggest challenge in your career right now?
All right. Kids. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't like cutting kids. And I feel like at 20 years in, I finally just started telling people no. And it was hard for me at first, because I guess I might be a people pleaser. I might want just all the clients, all the customers. But I just started, like, even if people call in and they say, "Oh, do you do kids cuts?" I just tell them no. And for me, where I'm at right now, I think that's a good option, a good idea. But it was just getting over that hump of actually denying somebody. It was really hard for me. But do I suggest that for anybody? It depends where you're at. So don't take my advice on that topic. But yeah, I had a guy that I just met recently, real cool dude, and we're in this like business group, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "I want to send my grandson to you," and I was like, "How old is he?" He's like, "2." I said, "Dude," I said, "I don't got kids," and his face dropped. And it was like the first one-on-one confrontation that I had when I told someone that I didn't cut kids anymore. And anyway, I walked through it. I just explained to him, I'm like, where I'm at right now, it's just not something I do. But I could, give you someone's info that's a really good barber that cuts kids. It's just not something that I do right now.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so that was like, I would say one of my biggest struggles because I've been thinking about it a lot. I was on a call with Jordan and I was debating on just changing the price so that people didn't book. So I ended up just basically telling them that, I don't cut kids anymore. I'll cut my clients' kids, if they have kids that I've been cutting, I'm still cutting them. But yeah, so I think that's something that I kind of just overcame recently.
Yeah. That is a challenge. And I think that that's one of the benefits of being in a suite is you can do whatever the hell you want. Right? Like even to that level. As a shop owner, you can understand why that would make you cringe almost. Because
Yeah.
imagine having 12 barbers that said, "We don't cut kids." Holy shit. The Facebook groups that would go in on my brand that has 10 locations, it would be destructive. It wouldn't just affect an individual barber, it would affect 100 barbers and their families. Right? So like there would be damage control there because there's going to be context where moms are just like these men hate kids, and that's how they would dress it. Even though we know that's not what it is, it's that
Yeah.
a lot of parents, they don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? Courtesy towards a barber. And they make us work really hard with these kids and they're not there to and we don't have that leverage either, right? But I will say this. I'll say this. I've never not taken kids, even at $100. And my kid clients were still around at $100 a haircut. I just made sure that when I always said yes, as long as it was under my rules. So yeah, I'll do an after hour cut, but it has to be $200 and I can't be at the shop past 10 p.m. So I'll do the after hour cut, but it's not after 10. It's between 7 and 10. That's it. And you have to be on time or you still have to pay me the $200. And I'm not cutting your hair. It has to be under my guidelines, right? Yes, I will do your class in Pittsburgh, but it's $5,000 for the day. You pay for flight and travel and hotel, and I'm in and out in one day, in the same day. So the flights might be $2,000, the flights might be $500. But that's the stipulations. So I always say yes. It's just, when do I say yes? Imagine saying no to Obama's kids. Or whoever the fuck you look up to. Michael Jordan in his prime, 96 Bulls, says, "Bro, will you cut my 10-year-old?" You're going to say no?
Well, that's different, especially at 100.
But look.
200.
But that's my point. There's always a reason to say yes. So instead of focusing on saying no, when do you say yes? Yeah, I cut kids, but as long as it's this, and then this. So now people can't talk shit about you. Then it's not that you don't cut kids because of this, because of a narrative they want to paint. You literally lay it out to them. I don't cut kids. I will cut your kid as long as this, and this. That's pretty much saying I don't cut kids because of this, and this. And if your kid falls in that, I'm not cutting them. But I will cut kids. That's better.
Got it.
That's leadership. That's what works. And that's the difference between having financial freedom and giving up control. It's a different style of leadership. When you lead the way I'm saying, you can give up control, you can build financial freedom. When you don't do that, you're going to be in a suite and you can only make money by trading time for it. And I know that that's kind of left field, but it's also peace. It's peace beyond the way you're doing it, because you still have to run into the issue of people complaining and dragging your name and Facebook groups. Can you believe what this barber did? But if you do it the way that I did it, that I do it, I still get my way and I have peace. People can't slander my name. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What would those, let's say, 3 things you listed? You just said this, and this. What would those, like an example, like unless they do this, and this.
Can you give me complete context, because I said a lot.
All right. So you said instead of saying no, just say, yeah, I cut kids as long as they
Yeah. So for
act a
me,
certain way. Or,
it would be as long as the parent stays in the barbershop, as long as I know ahead of time I'm prepared for the child. So if they are autistic, I need to know. The reason why is because if they're autistic, it can't be on a Friday or a Saturday when it's packed in the shop. It has to be on my slowest day at my slowest time that's never booked. You're not doing anything anyways. And you're not saying no to them. It's just, it's better if they come on Tuesday at 9 a.m. when literally there might not be another barber there. And I can make it a quiet environment. I'm going to be there anyways because I'm a professional and that's my schedule. Unless your schedule's 10 to 7. So then say 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Whatever is convenient for you, whatever is your schedule. Okay. But that's when you show up. And if you can't do it at that time, I can't do it because I'm a professional. And I want to make sure that your child is in the perfect environment to have success. Don't bring them on Friday or Saturday. That's crazy. Right? So that's one. I mean, it's just communication. It is all it really is. I was saying it in that way because some people like to break it down that way. But for me, it's just communication. Hey, so tell me about your child. Cool. Listen, I have, and you can put it on your calendar. Like, I think it's better to list it because if you do online booking, it's better that way. But I would go to ChatGPT and say, hey, look, I would cut a kid and it could literally be the golden child, which you come up with at the end of it. Okay. But it's still better than saying no. You could end up being Jesus Christ himself by the time you get done explaining what type of kid you would cut. As long as you come up with something and you list it on the booking app, it's better than saying no. That's all I'm saying. And then you can work in any environment. But that's also the type of coaching you want to give to people. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
yeah, no, I agree. It's the messaging.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm abrupt in my messaging, and that's definitely something that I appreciate the feedback on because that's a great idea. I didn't even think of that. It was an ultimatum for me. It was either I don't take new clients or I continue to do what I don't want to do, and that's a good point. So I'm gonna definitely implement that messaging, and like you said, I could make it whatever I want, whatever the circumstances are. So,
Dude,
and then that makes me.
If the kid
That
don't
gives
wear
me the ability
deodorant,
to move out.
I will not
right?
cut his hair. Like it's that stupid. So
Yeah, because I've been in the suite, and I guess it's been 2 years. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll open a shop, but I don't want to get these habits where I'm sending out the wrong messaging, and then I'm looking like the arrogant barber who only does this or only does that.
yeah,
I get it because then once I transition, even other barbers might not want to work with me or for me because of that one
yeah,
fact, because of the messaging. It's not what I'm
mm-hmm.
thinking, it's what I'm saying. It's how
Exactly.
I'm saying it.
Yep,
Okay.
100%,
Yeah.
bro. you can literally have the best of both worlds. It's just sometimes, we don't understand it's the packaging that matters the most. You could be the best opportunity for somebody, but if your presentation sucks, cool, good stuff, man. All right, and talk to me, Gordo. What's where you at right now in life, and what's your biggest challenge?
I think right now my biggest challenge is trying to find a way to transition from a regular barber to a business owner, and trying to find like that middle ground where I could be, a good leader and also a good barber.
Yeah. Okay. Um, what are you doing to what? First off, how did you get into 6FB? Because obviously you're working towards becoming better at what you're saying.
Right.
How did what brought you to 6FB? Like how'd you find out and stuff?
So Jo was the one who I met you at in CT,
Hmm.
and then Jo was the one that recommended it. And usually I was the type of person where it's like I could do it myself. I don't need it. And then he showed me one video one day when we were eating lunch together,
Hmm. What
and then I
video?
seen
What was the video talking about?
so you were driving around looking for shops, and like
Hmm.
in the video you're literally driving around looking for shops.
Yeah.
So when I seen it, I'm like, is he really that in depth, like with every single video? And he's like, yeah, look at this one. So then now he's showing me another video. I think it was you were on your balcony. I think it was the first video,
Hmm.
and there's a 45-minute clip, and you're just talking about pie counting. You're talking about stocks. You're talking about everything. So I'm like, all right, you know what? If I want to become a better barber and a better leader, and like make this transition better, this is where I need to be.
Man.
So yeah,
That it takes you're already at a different level, bro, because a lot of what I speak about, it doesn't resonate to a lot of people. It don't get a lot of views. It takes
right,
a specific type of person who's at a specific point in their life for my message to resonate with them. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So like you could tell by the language I was using, talking about the accounting, talking about doing business the right way, you could tell, there was something different about the message that was coming out of the videos he was sharing with you, right?
right.
Yeah, man. Bro, yeah, I'm excited for you, man. So how long you been in the program?
So I just joined the program last month, maybe a week after CT.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
in that time, man, I'm gonna be honest. So this whole week, last week was my first week tracking my. He's been telling me to do it, but then when I see the video and you're like track how much money you make, every day.
Yeah.
So I bought myself a little book. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm tracking it. I'm putting it inside the database.
Hmm.
That's on 245 as well. And just like seeing my numbers from last week to this week, I mean yeah, it's pretty it's
It
definitely going to take me
gamifies
to
it,
the next
right?
level.
It makes
Yeah,
it feel like a sport,
yeah,
right? And people like us, bro, we need that. That drives us. That gets us excited to
right,
wake up in the morning and beat the last one, like we're competitive. We're men, right? At the end of the day.
right.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Bro, you gonna crush it, bro. And Jo is amazing people to have in your circle for sure, man. I mean, this whole group tonight, man, you guys have been inspiring. We all come from different places, different backgrounds, but we all are going towards the same mission and crushing it, man. A whole different mindset to have. Sometimes you gotta join something outside of your four walls to be around the right energy sometimes, right? Like I didn't get to have this in my household, in my growing up and stuff. So I've always had to kind of go outside of my four walls to have these type of discussions and stuff. So it takes also some vulnerability to be willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we are having these conversations, I think, publicly because we know there's probably somebody that's been in our shoes a few months ago that's thinking about it, but they're not really sure. And they're like, man, I need to wake the fuck up. The shit is really not that hard. I might just be lacking information. And the reason why I'm not motivated right now is probably because I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if somebody can give me a map, I'm gonna crush it, right? And maybe the map's not 100%. And I say this all the time. It might not be directly north, but you guys are smart enough to know it's either northwest or northeast. It's still north. Whatever we doing, whatever we talking about, it feels right. And we're seeing the gains on a weekly and monthly basis. And that's why I asked you guys to track it, because I don't want y'all to make decisions and change things if you don't know for sure it's working or not. When you track it, even if you're questioning things you're doing, you're holding a sign and you're like, damn, man, I'm here holding a sign. Oh, shit. I went up 200 this week. Oh, shit, 200 another week. Yo, I just cracked 1,500. Yo, I just cracked 2,000. Damn, I'm making 20,000 a month. And it started with holding a sign and tracking your numbers. Shit's crazy, you know? So, yo, fellas, thank you guys for jumping on this call last minute like this. I plan on doing this more often, maybe once a month or something. And I don't mind, bringing some of you guys back. We can switch it up and maybe invite 2 new people, but also have OGs who've been on the show. Because I do think there needs to be a mix of new guys and older guys. This was a perfect mix, I feel like. So thank you guys for being a part of it, man. Is there any last things y'all want to say or anything like that? We can go in order. J.O.
I do.
Go ahead. You was going to say something. Go ahead.
For anybody that's looking, that is like me, I could do it myself. I could, I'm a man. Listen, this program really works, and the way that he simplifies it is even better. What do you say? 160 customers, and you got to see them every 2 weeks and get $600. I mean, it's just I have it written in my notebook somewhere. But the way you simplified that, so for someone like me who didn't think 100,000 a year was possible, I mean, just starting off the course a couple weeks ago, it shows me like, all right, barbering is the way, and it's pretty easy. All you got to do is just stay down for the come up, do what he's telling you to do, and you're gonna be where you need to be in no time.
Facts. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Jay, go ahead, bro.
So my thing is, my friend Josh, and I'm gonna have him get on the call the next time you have it. Um, he's the one that put me on it. He's actually one of the OG ones where if you pay that one price, you get locked in for
Oh,
life.
yeah, he did a lifetime.
He did the lifetime, and he was telling me about it. And he was like, "Yo, do it, do it, do it." And I was like, "Nah, I don't have money right now," which I could have easily done it, but I was just like, just being dumb. And then, as time went by or whatever, he was like, "Yo, J.O., do it, please, bro, please." And then that's when you had it was like the $80, the $90, and I'm just like, it was like the housing market. I just kept seeing it go up, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, let me just go when it's at its peak. But hey man, I'm just super excited to be part of it. I'm super excited that I'm able to speak to you because you're such a humble person, and it's different. Like seeing somebody on your level to just not say lower yourself, but you're a regular person, bro. You speak, and you teach and you educate. And bro, I've been speaking about your shit for so long, bro. And so many people always say that I'm meat riding you. And but it's just like I just say like, yo, like your shit, bro. Like I hop on all your fucking YouTube lives recently. Everything you're on, everything you just do. I'm at the barbershop just like tuned in. I have my headphones in, I have my meta glasses in, I'm paying attention, I'm cutting hair, I'm barely listening to the client. I'm just trying to lock in. Like it literally just flipped like, just flicked a fuse in my brain where when I was so excited to go to the CT Expo, you can even ask Gordo. I didn't give a fuck about nobody there. I just wanted to meet you. I wanted to meet your team. And at first he was like, yo, relax. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about nobody here. I don't care about nobody. I just wanted to meet you and just show you that like I'm here, regardless of the fact that if I'm not able to be a part of your team, I'm able to be part of your 6-figure program and part of the community. And I'm just super blessed and grateful that I have the opportunity to be a part of this. And I'm learning so much. I purchased that book that you told me to purchase, the Gary V book. I have it actually
Yeah.
right here. Let me see.
Jazz, 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 right hook. I remember.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't lie on nothing. So I ain't gonna lie. I only read like first few pages, but
That's cool. You got it though.
I
Jazz,
have it
jazz, jazz,
here.
right hook. I remember that conversation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
just
had your
locked in, man.
notebook and everything. You was ready. You was ready to get soaked
Yeah,
in the game for sure.
that's it, bro. And I'm ready. I'm locked in, bro. And I appreciate you for everything so much.
Let
You
me
don't
ask you,
understand what
Jail.
you've done.
I don't know if I already asked you. You got a family? Like you got kids? You got what's
Yes. So
motivating you right now? What's got you so locked in?
So I have a great support system. I have my wife I've been with since I was, for 7, 8 years. When I got locked up, she was by my side throughout the process. And we have two amazing kids. I have a 3-year-old, his name is Carmelo. And then I have a 2-year-old, his name is Kobe. Kobe Bryant's my favorite basketball player. So I don't have
Shit,
any
though.
favoritism as to why the name went that way, but Carmelo Anthony is my second favorite player. Kobe Bryant is my number one player.
Did you hoop? You used to
So
hoop or what?
I was never good enough to play on the team because I wasn't really like
But you a
black, and I
fan?
wasn't like, I was a little chubby, so I was a cool kid. I chilled with the basketball kids, but
Yeah. You
I
was the
was always
funny
just that
guy.
person.
You was
Yeah, I was the
cracking
funny dude.
it.
I was class clown, like
Yeah.
I'm at the pep rallies and I'm over here doing all the stupid stuff, but it's just them, man. I look back and I just like, damn, like I want to give you everything because like I didn't grow up with a silver spoon, but I had everything I ever wanted. I had my mom and dad. My dad was super tough with me, and he was always like he showed me tough love because he never had emotional love, and that's okay. Like I was 7, 8 years old, cutting grass. I was trimming bushes, pulling weeds, shoveling. I was never playing Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon and like all the other kid stuff. But whenever when I was growing up, he was like, "Yo, like I ain't gonna baby you your whole life." So now I'm just trying to reverse it and just provide for my children and just give it all to them. Like I want them to go to the best colleges, best high school. Like I got money
Facts.
to the side for them. Like everything that they ever wanted, anything that obviously work for it. But anything that they ever thought about wanting, go for it. You want to be a swimmer? I don't give a shit. Go be a fucking swimmer. You want to
Yeah.
be the best, anything you amount to, do it. And if you want to be the next, I don't know, person to create a basketball, whatever it is, a sign improve back, whatever it is, just do it. And I'm gonna support you. Same thing with my wife. I'm literally picking up every fucking thing that I have. Everything. I literally have everything. I have the house. I have fucking money. I have the cars, I have the clientele, bro. I have people paying me 200 for a haircut every 2 weeks. Everything, I have everything, and I'm dropping it all to support my wife, and we're gonna go through it together. So I just believe in God. I believe in the system, and I just believe that if I can believe, anybody else can believe, and if I have the right support system, like my friends and my family around me, I'm gonna do it. I'm unstoppable, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm so like far ahead that nobody could tell me shit. Like I'm literally like I'm so locked in, bro. So locked in. Like it's just insane.
Yeah. I feel that. That's what's up, bro. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice. What's up, Carson? Talk
Thank you.
talk to me, man.
Yeah, quick funny story. But I remember when I first joined the program, not joined it, but like I was on the like sales call with Dre, and I was originally coming from another program, and the other programs I was looking at were like 5, 6, 7K, like they were like really really up there. So this was when you still had like the lifetime access. As soon as I heard that price, I said, "Hold on, Dre, let me grab my card real quick." It was like best decision I ever made, and this is like by far hands down the number one program in the industry in my eyes because I was able to make that small investment and within 2 years make like 200 some K or like I think 250 around there almost. But by far the best program ever.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
And where you from again? Where?
Pittsburgh. Well,
Pittsburgh.
I'm
Yeah,
from
yeah. That's what's up,
Malakopa.
bro. Thank you for sharing, man. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Jordan, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Man, a lot of topics. What were we supposed to talk about? I lost track with all the inspiration, man.
Yeah, it was just, is there anything, we're ending the live stream, but is there anything
That's
else
all right.
you want to share or whatever? Like,
Nah, I would say don't be like me. If this turns into some type of clip or you know ad, don't be like me and wait until the price goes up to join this mentorship because I regret it. Right? That's what I said earlier. I don't think I quite said that, but that's what I wanted to say. And you know, I've learned a lot so far. To be honest, I'm gonna come clean. I've been slacking lately. To be honest, I just went on vacation. I haven't been attending too many calls, and
but hold on, bro.
this
Jordan, you know that's not slacking in this program, bro. Like it's okay. It's okay to take a seat. It's actually beneficial, man. Like that's one thing that was almost a curse for me, that I used to have this mentality where if I took a vacation, I was slacking. No, it's how the quality of your vacation. If you take a vacation and you're still working, you're slacking. The purpose of your vacation is to literally unplug and just live in the moment. Enjoy it. Be with your kids, be with your family. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, and it should give you goosebumps. You should literally be in your hotel, in your all inclusive, on your cruise ship, where the resort you're staying at, where the Airbnb you got for your family, and you should get goosebumps and say, "Man, I can't wait to get back to work because we're gonna do this more often, and we're gonna do it sooner next time. It's not gonna be a whole year. What's the next kids' time off? Oh, summer's coming up. Oh shit, fall break is coming. Oh shit, that's and planning ahead of it. That's what it should make you want to do. That or else, what's the point, right? So look, you took a vacation. We're on this call. This was meant to be. You needed to hear, like, bro, I hope you enjoyed the shit out of your vacation. If you didn't, you did it the wrong way. That was your failure. If you were thinking about work during that vacation, that's where you failed. Because that vacation should make you feel so happy, so fulfilled, so excited for the next one that you gonna put in the fucking work on a whole nother level to do it more often. It should be a quarterly thing. And then from quarterly, it should be a monthly thing. I believe that. We got one life, fellas. Sorry to cut you off, bro, but I
agree, 100%.
Yeah.
I've been in, and last thing, the craziest things have been happening to me lately, and it's because of my attitude and the fact that I haven't given up, and I've came to so many forks in the road where I could have gave up. I could have just, you know, gave up on my dream of eventually having my own thing like I have now, but then stepping up into a real barbershop, having people work for me, under me. And someone was talking about their kids before. On my screen, he's top right. And you know, I didn't even make the connection really that like those days I don't want to go to work and my kids are telling me, "Oh, can you just stay home?" It's like a double-edged sword because they're the reason why I'm going to work, you know. And I know that, but I don't connect to that because I just do it, right? Because it's just something, you know. Anyone on this call that has kids, once you have kids, you're just doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's next? What's next? What? And then you look back and they're 7 years old and 2 years old,
Bro,
and it's like
they're going
where
to
did the
high
time
school.
go?
My son's
I
going to high
shouldn't be.
school.
That's crazy, yeah. And I got probably what 7 more years until that happens. Six
Yeah,
more years, and it's
it's
gonna go
literally
quick.
going to fly.
Yeah. And my thing is, by the time he's in high school, I'm going to be doing the once a month vacation, have
Yeah,
everything in order, have the
yeah,
house, you know, have the shop, have all that, have the other streams coming in. And, you know, yeah, this call was super inspiring to me. And I appreciate you having me on.
yeah. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think also, bro, just so you know, Jordan, you know, I think you're inspiring a lot of people in that, you know, you were kind of cynical about everything. Number one. Number two, you've been in this industry for a while on and off. And there's so many people like that. I think the favorite job for people to leave barbering is truck driving. Like barbers will leave barbering to go truck driving and then come back. I feel like that's the most popular gig to go do. And You're smiling. Was that your thing? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Me, I
Yeah,
almost did that
you
like a
almost
year and a
did.
half ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, like my father was a truck driver, so I know the industry, bro. I used to have to ride in his truck, bro. Man, I hated that shit. I knew I would never be a truck driver because I experienced it as a kid. Because he would beg me to get to to be there with him or whatever during the summer. Oh, I hated that shit. But no, I say that to say like, guys, there's so many barbers who have done this industry, and I don't want to say they did it wrong, but maybe they didn't really understand where they wanted to be 30 years from now, 20 years from now. And so they didn't barber with that in mind. And then they didn't think that barbering could get them there. So and the reason why I bring this up, Jordan, is because there's a lot of barbers who've been in and out of the industry and they say you can't do that with barbering. Trust me, I've barbered for 20 years on and off. You can't do it. So hearing this message from you, I'm not saying like I don't plan on doing an ad with any of this stuff. But I do want it to live on the internet. I do want y'all stories to be able to be heard because it's inspiring. And all of you guys are gonna be relatable to somebody. Even you, Gordo, like you're new to the program, you're 3 months in. But obviously you have a life full of experiences. Like even though you look young, I don't know how old you are, but I could tell you're wise for your age, and it was a no-brainer when you heard the messaging of the program to you because it was what you were looking for. So can you kind of speak on that before we end this call tonight?
Yeah, I could definitely speak on that. It was it was definitely what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? It was I feel like so for me when I turned 17, I joined the military for 4 years. And when I got out, I was like 21, maybe 18, 19, 20.
Damn,
Yeah, like
still young as
21.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even been out that long, honestly. But you have a lot of structure. So I feel like that's what I like about your videos. About the program in general. It's
Yeah.
a lot of structure. It's a lot of walking you through the process. It should be no questions because if you keep watching, the answer's eventually gonna pop up. You know, I called Jo. I'm like, hey yo, Jo, such and such, and he was like, bro, you keep watching, relax, keep watching, and
You
then
knew
sure
what
enough, I
video
kept
answered
watching
that question right away, right, Jail?
right away.
Yeah.
So, you know, I actually feel like it's more beneficial for people like me who are just starting off, cause we're gonna do it the right way from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, as far like somebody like Jo, who he might be watching your videos, but he might be so stuck in old habits. I'm not saying that's the case, but he might be so stuck in old habits where
It's
it's like,
it's harder for him to have that. There's a pain of change because he's already in it, right?
right,
Like he can't just do the right app from the beginning. He can't just
right.
do the right marketing. He's got to train his clients that he's already built to move over. It's a bigger pain of change. So I get exactly what you're saying, Gordo.
And I'm actually um the SOP. I actually printed it out. So
Man.
when I get my new barbers, they're gonna have structure.
Yeah.
This is what I expect from you, and and this is what you expect from me, and this is what we're gonna get in this relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that's one of the little things you could take from that. Just the SOP alone, where it's like I'm gonna have structure in my barbershop from day one. They know
Yeah.
uniforms, no open toe shoes, things like that. No
Yeah.
cursing, music, stuff like that.
And it's gonna be on paper. Like there's
Yeah,
gonna be a business operations manual. Like
right,
we all can speak the same language. One dream, one team, right?
right,
If you
right.
want to do that, right? And there's some shop owners that don't want to go that structured, right? It's totally up to your style of leadership. But as long as the mission is growth, you're going to find your team for sure. Jo, what's you have something to say?
Yeah, sorry. One thing that I know for sure, like the type of person that I am, like two things. Like when I was in the process of possibly going to Tampa, bro, I go straight to the point. I drove all the way from. You can ask Gordo. I was at work, and I told him I was like, yo. I'm trying to meet Bazio or somebody part of his team because I need to show him that I'm trying to be part of his team. And I left work and I drove all the way to Tampa. And I didn't even need a haircut. I just hopped in one of the barbershops that were open. And then there was a girl that was sweeping. And then I was like, "You guys are open?" She's like, "No, but I could take you." I'm like, "Pfft, I already know she's locked in." I got a haircut and I just picked her brain and I liked a lot of the things that she was telling me.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hey, are you locked into the 6-figure program?" And this is when I was like about to transition to getting into the program. And then I was like,
Word. That's
just picking her
crazy. I
brain.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it was fire. Yeah. And it was in one of your newer locations. It has like the brick building on the outside. I think it's Bloomingdale, if I'm not
Bloomingdale.
mistaken.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, she's dope. She's dope.
So
Yeah.
yeah, dope person. And I would just pick her brain and she would show me the system, how you pay, like how you able to like pay booth around the app. I'm like, bro, this dude is so far ahead, it's insane. And it's just like the simple things that you do. It just,
Yeah.
to me, it's so simple, but to other people, like when I explain it to the owner that I work for, like it's hard to break, bad habits or old habits, like so with Gordo, like I I work with him every day. So
Mhm.
I always pick his brain before we leave. I'm like, "Yo, you watch any videos? Yo, what video you on? Yo, make sure you watch your videos, make sure you studying, make sure you doing this," because I needed that when I was first coming out of barber school. Nobody did that for me.
Yeah.
I had to find out how to file taxes. I had to find out, you know, it's cool, yeah, hide your money and all that, but that you don't get no swag for that. You get swag for what you see on paper. That's the bragging
Hmm.
rights. Where I'd be like, yeah, look at my tax bracket. Look what I'm on, baby. Like
Yeah.
I'm showing that. I'm showing what I'm making. I can have those intellectual conversations. Like I've been to college. I've been everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I've been college. I've been to barber school. I've been to jail. I've been at all. So you can't really tell me nothing. So I've been at the bottom, like literally rock bottom, and I'm all the way at the top, baby. So like I said, I always tell Gordo, I'm like, yo, Gordo, if I'm gonna win, you gonna win right next to me because I only work with winners. I don't work with losers. Like and that's not to like belittle anybody, but that's just to show like if you around me, we nothing but just winners and we gonna win. And there's another person other than Gordo. I got into the 6-figure barber program and his name is Daryl. He couldn't be on here because he's actually in the process of moving into his new apartment that I helped him get. Not bragging, but I'm telling you, I'm on these boys, man. I'm telling you, I told my boy Daryl, I'm like, yo, you trying to make this money? Stop acting stupid. Get into this program. You really want that? You want to change your life? Let's go. Let's go chase this bag. Like so that flicked his mindset and boom, in a matter of 2 weeks moved out of his father-in-law, I mean his father's spot, got his own place. He's doing his thing, and all because is one person. It's like a tree, and I have the branches that I'm just trying to like let them grow. And Gordo, he teaches me a lot, even though he's new into the game. He's teaching me a lot of shit that I didn't know. And when I'm like, damn, like, okay, I could add that to my arsenal. Okay, I can, and he's on top of me. He's like, yo, you got that new clipper? Yo, you got that new blow dryer that 245 got? Yo, you got this, you got that? And then he's challenging me. And I'm like, damn, this little nigga always on my shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it. I'll go get it. So that's the challenges that we have with the group of people that I have around me. We try to win together.
I'll
So
say, I'll say this, you know, there's one person can only do so much, and I don't believe that you're only as strong as your weakest link. Like I don't believe in that. I do believe that iron sharpens iron. Um, and I think that, in any circle I want to be a part of, it's gonna be one that um we all have our value in some way, shape, or form. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So like I have a lot of business partners. Now I founded most of the companies that we have, but I've always added people to the ownership of our companies because they deserve it. They've earned it. I just don't want to build shit by myself because I know I can only do so much. So if my biggest strength is marketing and advertising and speaking and leading, Um, there's gonna be strengths that there's gonna be weaknesses that I have, and I have a lot of weaknesses. And you won't see me do things at Tomb 45 that are one of my weaknesses, like sales. I want to give everything away for free. And if it wasn't for my business partners, Tomb 45 would be broke because I just give shit and I want to charge way less than everybody. And I just want to do shit like that. That's one of my weaknesses. Another one of my weaknesses is I have great ideas. I have a hell of a vision and I'll put in work. But if it's boring to me, I won't be consistent. I know that, right? That's why I have to have an accountant. Because I'm not going to keep my books. Are you kidding me? Categorize everything, keep the receipts. All that. Hell no. That's why I hated editing videos. Did I do YouTube and edit my own videos for years? Hell yes, but I hated it. I couldn't wait to be able to delegate that. It's just not my shit. Like, I'm not even, like, dressing myself. My wife does all that for me, thank God. Or else I'd still be wearing Tomb 45 t-shirts and Tomb 45 joggers. That's all I would wear. My wife is the one who brought fashion. You get what I'm saying? So, like, in your circle, that's also a thing. I'm terrible at negotiating, but I got Dre and I got Danny who are juggernauts at it, and I depend on them. I'm terrible at like, I'm really good at educating, but there's certain things I'm not passionate about educating on. So Beam, Josh O.P., they are passionate about what they do, and I need them on our team. Just like they need me and my strengths, right? So I think, I say that to say, always remember, if you got ambitious people around you, every single one of them can do it on their own. But you could build a way bigger pie together. And you should appreciate one another, because imagine being able to build a real big pie and take a 30-day vacation and come home and your business is bigger and better, right? Versus taking a 30-day vacation and you got to go take out some fires. I get to sleep really good at night, no matter what season I am in my life. Last year, I did not work a lot. I lost 2 family members, siblings, last year. I did not work. I was fucking depressed. Thank God for my business partners. These are the things that people don't talk about. So as you're building, as you're growing, as you're getting better, I highly recommend you figure out a way to save the game. And the best way to do it is to grow the people around you. Is to realize, there are people who may not have the same ambitions as you or the same strengths as you, but look at the glass half full all the time. You might have somebody who doesn't want to work all the time. They're not religious. They don't want to go to church. They'll work on Sundays. They'll work the holidays you don't want to work. Perfect. It works. Like something so stupid like that. So, yeah, man, is there any last things you want to say, Gordo?
I do have one last question. So the app that Jo was talking about, is that in the mentorship too, the one where the barbers can pay booth rent through the app instead of Zelling it?
We don't
Cash App?
offer it, but we teach you which one it is and how to use it and how to set it up.
And that's in the mentorship as well.
Yeah, in the barbershop course in the classroom. So if you go to the Build Wealth for Barbershops, it's in there.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Everything's in the app. All they got to do is get the app. That's it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt. Appreciate you guys. Anything else? Anthony, you had anything to say?
If no one else has anything to say, I want to ask a question real quick. So, I started a podcast like, I don't know, a week ago. Me and my buddy went on. I think it's a unique idea for barbers. It's called No Fiction Podcast. I got 22 followers. We went viral with 66 views.
Beautiful.
So I would love for any of you guys or all of you guys to be on that. And if you're interested, you'll see. I'll send you the
Send me the link.
original, the one we did, and I just want to get it going. And I don't know what it's
We
going to
need
turn
more of it.
into, but I think it's a good idea, and it seems like me and my boy had fun. So I'm interested to get to know more barbers from across the country, the world, whatever, and talk about our stories inside of the shop and outside. So
Dope.
Where can I subscribe to that?
so my name is Jordan, Jordan, and then last name Stierle, Sterling, Stierle. So as of now, I don't have no link set up. I don't have hashtags or whatever on YouTube. I didn't even put a description. I just posted it and shared it on my Facebook and in school. So if you can't find it, find me on school, and I will. And that's my name, Jordan Sterling. So you could definitely find me in the school and just message me.
Post something in school, and I'll pin it for the night.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Sick, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys, man, for jumping on this call, man. So last minute. Guys, this was literally, I said, yo, will y'all jump on? They're like, we got you. And we made it work, man. So thank you guys for the
I
high
just
level
subscribed, by the way.
conversations. I pray the industry
Appreciate it.
appreciates this, man. We need more conversations like this. Let's continue to elevate the game. Jordan, I hope your podcast blows up, brother. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.